Hello, this is now my third attempt trying to film this video. I hope I like this version. Okay, I'm gonna just get right into it. I want to talk about the fact that Ringo has an album out. Well, it's gonna come out, I should say. Getting way ahead of myself here. But it's called Why Not? And refrain yourself from making jokes from that. I've seen jokes already and I don't know, they made me laugh out loud in real life. So, no, in fact, if you have a joke, throw it at me here. I love him, but the album title does make me laugh. It comes out January 12th, and it has many, people helping him out. But I think the most significant and the one that you all would be most interested in is the fact that Paul helped him out on a few tracks. Paul's actually playing bass on a song called Peace Dream. And he also is going to share vocals with Ringo on a song called Walk With You, which is also the album's first single. I'm going to read you this thing that Ringo says about Paul on how the collaboration came about, because I thought it was really sweet, because I love when any of them speak nicely about the other. It warms my heart. Anyway, it says, Star speaks fondly about how the collaboration came about. Paul was doing the Grammys, so he came over to the house and was playing bass on Peace Dream. So I played him this other track, and Paul said, "Give me the headphones, give me a pair of cans." And he went to the mic and he just invented that part where he follows on my vocal. This was all Paul McCartney, and there could be nothing better. He makes it bigger and he makes it fuller. It makes a song like a conversation between us. And that was Paul's idea, to do his part one beat behind me. That's why he's a genius and an incredible bass player. I don't know. I found that really sweet. So yeah, it's going to come out January 12th. And it's also the first time that Ringo has produced, which is pretty cool, I think. And so I guess somebody asked him about how the decision came about on who was going to produce his album. And he goes, "Well, I looked in the mirror and I was looking real groovy that day." Love it. Love it. So Ringo, I love it. Yeah, it should be really cool. So I'll link you to the article so you can see the album cover, which is also very classy. And it has other information about other artists and composers. So also, in case you haven't heard, there's 2 new TV appearances, Beatles related, in 1 week. In fact, in 2 days. So yeah, the first one is called The Beatles on Record, and it's on the History Channel at 10 p.m. Eastern. I hear that this was first aired in England, so any people who live in England, tell us if it's anything like the mini documentaries that are on the remastered CDs, because it feels like, the description of it feels like it's that. But I could be wrong, because I don't live in England, so I don't know. I don't know. And so yeah, tell me if I'm wrong. I most likely am. So yeah, Beatles on Record, November 25th at 10 p.m. Eastern on the History Channel. And the second one is, you know how Paul has that Good Evening New York City DVD out? Well, apparently ABC is going to air snippets from that DVD. Not the entire thing, I don't think, because I hear that show lasted at least 2 hours, most likely more. And I feel they're not going to air all of it. Probably just a teaser to get you to want to buy the DVD, which I don't need any more teasers, but it's okay. I will be watching it. It's called Paul McCartney, Good Evening New York City. It's airing November 26th at 10 p.m. on ABC, 10 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, that'll be a nice after Thanksgiving watch with your family moment. I'll most likely be watching alone, but that's okay. No one else in my house shares my love. My mom comes close, but... So yeah, that's pretty awesome. The Beatles reference of the week is completely coincidental. I wasn't planning on talking about this particular one. I had another one in mind until I saw this the other day. And anyway, my dad was watching Shallow Hale on TV, and I've never seen that movie, but I was having lunch, and so I was watching it as I was eating, and basically Jack Black's character, the guy that plays George Costanza on Seinfeld, can't think of his name, Jason Alexander, his character, and Gwyneth Paltrow's character were all in a park. And I don't know exactly the circumstances, because whatever. But basically Gwyneth Paltrow's character says that she has tickets to see the Beatles reunion. I'm like, and in my head I'm like, what? And then I'm like, what a coincidence, because we had just talked about a Beatles reunion on this channel, and then a couple of days later it's being that movie. I see that on TV, and I thought that was pretty funny and ironic. So, but she said that the Beatles reunion consisted of George, Paul, Ringo, and Julian. Yeah, that was the Beatles reunion for her, and everybody wants to see a Beatles reunion at the time with Julian. I'm sure now that George is no longer with us, it's probably with Danny for his place. But I just found that pretty funny, how even in movies people still want that to happen. Okay, I'm gonna go. I should have a video up next Friday, but it most likely will be late just because my parents will be home and we might do something. You know, it's still the Thanksgiving weekend, and we might, I don't know, go see a movie. But I do want to wish my fellow Americans a happy Thanksgiving, and if you don't live in America, then just have a great week. All right, bye guys.